Chosen one, you did not arrive here by curiosity or coincidence. Heaven summoned you. Your spirit was pulled into this moment by a divine appointment that was written over your life long before you ever pressed play. This is holy ground, anointed one, and the timing is perfect. You are standing at the threshold of restoration, standing at the edge of a supernatural reversal, a divine wealth transfer, a breakthrough that has been forming in the unseen while you thought you were losing time. Chosen one, God is breathing on the very years you mourned, the opportunities you thought slipped away, the moments you believed were wasted. Joel 2:25 is not just a verse today, it is a living decree hovering over your life. I will restore to you the years. Not replace, restore. Not return, multiply. The heavens have shifted. The atmosphere around you is charged. What was locked is loosening. What was delayed is accelerating. What was withheld is now being released by divine command. Chosen one, prepare your spirit, quiet your mind, lean in, because what is about to unfold in this message is not information, it is impartation. And the restoration God is initiating in this moment will mark the beginning of a new era in your destiny. Chosen one, listen closely, because what I'm about to speak over you is not just encouragement, it is divine revelation unfolding in real time. You are standing in a moment heaven has been shaping for years, even in the seasons when you felt abandoned, delayed, or forgotten. What you called lost time was not loss at all, it was investment. And now, anointed one, that investment is maturing. Heaven is releasing the return. What felt like setback was actually set up. What looked like delay was actually development. And I need you to hear this with the deepest part of your spirit. Nothing you walked through was wasted. Not a tear, not a prayer, not a silent night you didn't talk about, not a door that slammed shut, not a betrayal that broke you. All of it became the soil where your future is now rising. Chosen one, I know this because I've lived it. There were years of my life when I thought God had paused my destiny. I watched people around me advance while I felt stuck, unseen, overlooked. I prayed, and it felt like the heavens were silent. I cried, and it seemed like nothing in my reality moved. But looking back now, I see it clearly. I wasn't stuck. I was being strengthened. I wasn't delayed. I was being developed. Heaven was working on the roots beneath the surface, because the weight of my calling demanded a foundation that pain alone could build. And that's exactly what has been happening in your life. Chosen one. Heaven saw the nights you questioned your value. Heaven saw the days you picked yourself up when no one was there to cheer you on. Heaven saw the moments you stayed faithful when everything around you tried to convince you to give up. And now, the Lord is saying, this is the moment where the unseen becomes seen. You are stepping into a season where what was hidden will be revealed, where what was withheld will be returned, and where what the enemy stole will be restored with interest. Restoration is not a theory for you, it is your next reality. There are 3 dimensions heaven has been opening over your life, whether you realized it or not. First, heaven has been restoring your time, not by rewinding the clock, but by redeeming every moment the enemy tried to convince you was wasted. The divine pattern has always been this. God compresses breakthrough into timelines that defy logic. In my own journey, there were things I chased for years with no progress. But when God said now, everything aligned in days. That same grace is coming upon you, suddenly, quickly, without warning. Second, heaven has been restoring your strength. Chosen one, you've been tired. Not just physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally weary. The kind of tired where you sleep but don't rest. The kind of tired where your heart keeps fighting, even when your body wants to quit. But hear me, your strength is returning. Not natural strength, supernatural stamina. The kind of strength that lifts you above what used to weigh you down. The kind of strength that allows you to run without fear, stand without trembling, and move without hesitation. Third, heaven is restoring your voice, your authority, your power, your divine identity. There was a season where life tried to silence you. Pain tried to strip your confidence. People tried to make you doubt your calling. But that season is over. Your voice is being unlocked, and when you speak now, you will speak from a place of revelation, not insecurity. Your words will carry weight. Your declarations will carry fire. Your prayer life is about to shift into a realm where heaven responds before fear can whisper. Chosen one, everything in your spirit is being renewed, revived, and repositioned. And this is just the beginning. Chosen one, as we go deeper, I need you to sit with this truth. Restoration is not coming. It has already begun. The shift is subtle at first, like the quiet turning of a lock behind a heavy vault door. You don't always hear it, you don't always feel it, but something has already clicked into place in the spirit, and what was once inaccessible is now opening in your direction. You may not realize it yet, anointed one, but heaven has been arranging the final combinations of your breakthrough, not through ease, but through endurance. Every trial added a number. Every closed door added a turn. Every disappointment added a key. And now, the final digit has fallen into alignment. What you are about to step into is not recovery. It is overflow. But let's slow down for a moment, because before the manifestation comes the revelation. And the revelation is this: your life has been following a divine pattern, not a random one. I want to speak to you from a personal place. There was a time in my life when I thought God had allowed too much loss, too many delays, too many unanswered questions. I remember sitting alone in my room one night, saying, "Lord, why did you let so many years pass before anything changed?" And in the quiet, I felt him whisper, "I wasn't wasting your time. I was preparing you for a level your old self couldn't carry." In that moment, everything in me broke, but in the most healing way. I finally understood that heaven doesn't measure time the way we do. We count by days, months, and years. Heaven counts by capacity. And chosen one, capacity is exactly what your wilderness built. Think about it. Before a house receives its furniture, before a room is filled with anything valuable, the structure must be solid. The walls must be reinforced. The foundation must be firm. Otherwise, the blessing becomes a burden. And there were seasons in your life when God didn't answer your prayers because the blessing would have crushed you instead of elevating you. You weren't denied. You were protected. Chosen one. The reason some doors didn't open was because heaven saw what you couldn't, the weight behind those opportunities, the spiritual warfare attached to those platforms, the hidden intentions behind certain relationships, the pressures behind certain positions. What you thought was rejection was actually divine redirection, shielding you from exposure that your heart and spirit weren't ready to handle. And now your capacity is different. You're not who you were 5 years ago, or even 5 months ago. You've been refined by fire. You've been strengthened by storms. You've been shaped by silence. And all of it has positioned you for a level of blessing that requires the version of you that exists today, not the version that struggled, doubted, or broke yesterday. Let me speak something else into your spirit. Your restoration will not look like what you lost. This is where many believers miss the revelation. They expect God to bring back the old thing, the old opportunities, the old relationships, the old versions of themselves. But restoration doesn't mean rewind, it means rebuild, it means upgrade, it means multiplying what remains instead of resurrecting what wasn't meant to continue. I've seen this in my own journey. The relationships I lost were replaced by connections that carried depth, loyalty, and destiny. The opportunities I thought slipped away were replaced by open doors I never imagined. The finances that dried up came back, not in the same amount, but in ways that exceeded logic and surpassed every limit I placed on myself. Chosen one, hear me. God is not giving you back what you had. He is giving you what you were always meant to carry. This next season will not mimic your past. It will redeem it. Every seed you sowed in tears is about to bloom in a harvest that demands joy. The very areas where you felt empty will become the places where God proves His fullness. The years you thought were dead are becoming the soil for your greatest testimony. And the greatest confirmation that restoration is here is this: your spirit is stirring. Something in you knows this word is true. Something in you feels heaven leaning in your direction. Something in you recognizes the season has shifted. Chosen one, stay with me. Chosen one, as we step into this deeper layer of your divine restoration, I need you to let your spirit listen beyond the sound of the words. Because what I'm speaking now is not just teaching, it is transmission. There is an impartation unfolding. Something is being released over you, and you can feel it. The intensity you've been experiencing lately is not random. It is a sign that heaven has been enlarging your capacity for what's about to manifest. The enemy does not attack what is empty, he attacks what is becoming full. And you, anointed one, are entering overflow. Restoration always begins in the invisible realm, long before it appears in the natural. Just as a seed pushes its roots deep into the soil before breaking through the surface, heaven has been working beneath the ground of your life, strengthening what no one else sees. You may have felt pressure, stretching, spiritual tightness, moments where you didn't recognize yourself, where your old patterns no longer fit, your old environments no longer fed you, your old relationships no longer aligned with who you were becoming. That discomfort wasn't a sign of failure. It was the confirmation that you were outgrowing the version of yourself connected to your past season. I know this process because I lived it. There was a time when everything in my life felt too small. My dreams no longer matched my surroundings. My spirit no longer felt settled in places I once called home. I felt pulled away from people I once depended on. At first, I questioned everything, wondering if something was wrong with me, wondering why I didn't feel connected to the things that used to bring me comfort. But then God revealed something deeply personal. You are not declining, you are evolving. And chosen one, the same transformation has been unfolding in you. You've been shedding old identities, old insecurities, old ways of thinking. Heaven has been detoxing your spirit from voices that drained you and cycles that kept you tied to yesterday. And although it felt lonely at times, that loneliness was actually divine protection. God hid you to heal you. God separated you to strengthen you. God silenced the noise around you so you could finally hear His voice within you. Your wilderness was not punishment, it was preparation. And here is the truth you must embrace. Restoration requires elevation. God cannot bring you into abundance with a mindset shaped by loss. He cannot release overflow into hands still trembling from old battles. He cannot position you for promotion if your spirit is still anchored in past disappointments. Other people may have seen your stillness and misinterpreted it as stagnation, but heaven saw it as formation. While you thought nothing was happening, everything was happening. Chosen one, Heaven has been recalibrating your desires. The things you crave now are different. You hunger for purpose, not approval. You choose peace over chaos. You seek authenticity over attention. That shift is the evidence of healing, maturity, and spiritual ascension. That shift is the proof that the old you is gone and the restored you is rising. But here's the part the enemy fears. Restoration activates authority. Once you understand who you are and what you've survived, you become dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. This is why hell worked overtime to silence you, to break your confidence, to bury your voice beneath disappointment. Because your voice carries weight. Your story carries power. Your journey carries anointing. And once you begin to speak from a healed place, atmospheres shift, chains break, lies collapse, and every person connected to your testimony receives permission to believe again. The warfare against your identity was never about your past, it was about your future. The enemy saw the version of you God was forming long before you did. He saw the authority being built in your wilderness. He saw the anointing being refined through your struggles. And he knew that once you reached this level of clarity, this level of spiritual maturity, this level of divine alignment, restoration would no longer be a promise. It would be a manifestation. Chosen one, listen carefully. Restoration is already rising in you before it rises around you. And in the next part, I will show you how heaven transforms what was taken into the very thing that elevates your destiny. Chosen one, as we continue deeper into this divine unfolding, I need you to recognize something heaven has been trying to reveal to you piece by piece. What the enemy used to break you is becoming the very platform God will use to raise you. Restoration is not simply God returning what was taken. It is God transforming what was meant to destroy you into a doorway for your destiny. Every great restoration in Scripture carries this pattern. But this time, you're not reading the story, you're living it. There is a supernatural shift happening around you. You may not see it fully yet, but your spirit has felt it. Small signs, subtle confirmations, increased sensitivity, a stirring that won't let you go back to who you used to be. That is heaven whispering, prepare, chosen one, your season is changing. But to step into divine restoration, you must understand a mystery most believers never grasp. God restores by multiplication, not duplication. He does not return things to their old form. He elevates them into their intended form. Think about your life carefully. Think about what was taken, what was lost, what slipped from your hands. Maybe it was time. Maybe it was peace. Maybe it was relationships, opportunities, resources, or confidence. Maybe it was years of struggle that left you feeling behind. But heaven has been watching the entire journey, not with pity, but with purpose. And every loss became a seed in the ground of your destiny. Chosen one, I want to speak from my own journey for a moment. There was a chapter in my life when I lost almost everything that felt stable. Plans collapsed, friendships scattered, finances tightened. Emotionally, I felt like I had nothing left to hold on to. I prayed, but God didn't fix things instantly. Instead, He deepened me. He stretched me. He refined my priorities. And when restoration finally came, it wasn't a return to what I had before. It was a complete elevation into a life that made my former season look tiny. What was taken didn't come back the same. It came back transformed, strengthened, multiplied. And I feel that same pattern unfolding over you. Chosen one, your restoration will not look familiar. It will not resemble your past. It will not mirror former seasons. It will exceed them. God isn't giving you back the old version. He's releasing the divine upgrade. The relationships coming into your life will carry more depth, loyalty, and destiny than anything you've known. The opportunities manifesting will be too aligned to be coincidence. The resources released to you will carry supernatural ease because they are tied to purpose, not striving. But there is something even deeper. Your restoration is about to touch the areas you stopped praying about, the places where you quietly settled, the dreams you buried because they hurt too much, the prayers you whispered and then let fade because you didn't want to be disappointed again. Heaven is stepping into those silent spaces. Right now, even as you hear this, the Spirit of God is reviving things you thought were gone. Not because you earned it, but because the timing is now. The season has shifted. What once resisted you is now responding to you. What once blocked you is now breaking open. And here is a divine truth you must hold on to. Restoration comes after revelation. Once God opens your eyes to see purpose in your pain, the enemy loses the ability to use your past against you. You begin to walk differently, pray differently, expect differently, because you realize the very years you mourned became the years heaven used to sharpen your discernment, strengthen your spirit, and prepare your hands for the blessing that is now approaching. Chosen one, you are closer than you feel. The vault is opening, the shift is happening, the divine return is already in motion, and in the next part, I will show you the prophetic instructions, the steps heaven is requiring from you to activate accelerated restoration in your life. Chosen one, now that heaven has revealed what has been happening beneath the surface of your life, it is time for you to step into the part that many ignore, the activation. Restoration is not only a promise, it is a process. It responds to alignment, obedience, and spiritual readiness. And in this moment, heaven is not just speaking to you, heaven is inviting you. Listen carefully, anointed one. The next season of your life will not unfold by accident. It will unfold because you choose to partner with what God is releasing. Restoration comes to those who recognize divine timing and step into it with intention. I want to share with you the same steps that pulled me out of my darkest seasons, the steps that transformed my waiting into acceleration and my disappointment into divine momentum. First, you must release what your heart is still carrying. Restoration cannot flow into a heart that is heavy with bitterness, regret, or unspoken frustration. I remember a time when I held on to silent pain, not because I wanted to, but because I didn't know how to let go. I kept pushing it aside, pretending it didn't matter, but it did. It blocked my clarity. It clouded my prayers. It dulled my spiritual sensitivity. The moment I surrendered it, truly surrendered it, I felt freedom in my spirit for the first time in years. Chosen one, heaven needs your heart unbound. Forgive what tried to break you. Release who walked away. Let go of what didn't bloom. Your restoration requires room. Second, reframe how you view your past. You cannot walk into restoration while calling your previous seasons wasted. When I began looking back with spiritual eyes, I discovered that the hardest years were actually the holiest years. They taught me discipline, discernment, focus, and faith that comfort could never have produced. Chosen one, your story is not damaged, it is distilled. Everything you endured became part of your preparation. Third, speak your future into alignment. Your voice carries more weight than you realize. There were days when my circumstances contradicted everything I declared, but over time, my declarations reshaped my reality. Heaven responds to boldness. Chosen one, your words are keys. Use them with authority. Speak restoration until restoration surrounds you. Fourth, give in the direction you want to grow. Every breakthrough in my life came after an intentional act of generosity, sometimes financial, sometimes emotional, sometimes spiritual. I learned that giving is not about the amount, it's about expectation. A seed declares, "I believe something is coming." Chosen one, sow where you want God to multiply. Fifth, prepare your physical environment for increase. This step may seem simple, but it carries prophetic weight. Every time I created space, cleaned a room, organized my finances, removed clutter, doors began opening unexpectedly. Preparation is faith made visible. Chosen one, readiness attracts release. And now, here is the final truth you must carry into your spirit. You are stepping into a season where restoration will not trickle, it will pour. What once resisted you will now respond to you. What once took years will now take moments. What once seemed dead will now breathe again. Chosen one, heaven is restoring you fully. Your time, your strength, your identity, your purpose. Chosen one. As you reach the end of this message, pause and breathe, because you are standing in a holy moment. This is your Kairos time, the moment heaven has aligned with precision. What God has begun in your spirit today is not fading, it is unfolding. The restoration of your lost years is already in motion, and the divine transfer assigned to your name has officially been activated. Anointed one, walk forward now with a renewed certainty. Heaven has confirmed you. The oil on your life is increasing. The doors that once resisted you are loosening, and the paths that once felt blocked are opening with supernatural ease. You are not stepping into recovery. You are stepping into multiplication, acceleration, and divine return. I speak blessing over your journey. May your spirit stay sensitive, your faith stay steady, and your heart stay anchored in gratitude. May you recognize every small sign of breakthrough and honor every whisper God places in your path. You are not behind, you are right on time, and what's ahead will eclipse everything you thought you lost. Chosen one, if this word resonated in your spirit, you may type "restored" as your declaration of agreement. Share this message with someone who needs to know their story isn't over. And if you've been walking with this channel on your spiritual journey, you're welcome to stay connected. There is more. Heaven is preparing for you. Now go forth with authority. Walk boldly. Expect endlessly. Your restoration has begun, and it will be greater than you imagined.